up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. Now it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 50 Pittsburgh. 54. Line 54. Watch the run.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Second and 11. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Second and 14. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This is Carson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking downfield for Jones. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Second and 11 at the Saints' 35-yard line.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the pass, watch the pass.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Lockett. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hey, watch the ball,
On play action, they'll throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Yeah, he's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Trey Burton, his second touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 36, 37.
Newton on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2nd and 6. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They run it with Carson, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
2nd and 5. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a 1st half to forget. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
On the ready. Come on. 53. Check 53. Let's get the ball.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw here. Being chased under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Dominic Easley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
Sponge, no.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton completing it here to Marvin Jones. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0.
Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 2nd and 10, Newton again. They still can't get it. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the...
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyler Lockett, 82 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get into the end zone?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Newton to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 8.
Kamara trying again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Paul Richardson in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Newton now to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Newton. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, here's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down.
Third down and 6.
Hey, 50. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hayward. Mine's 50. Go. Pass. Watch out. Save. Under 10.
He'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
50. Come on.
That's going to... Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back to throw, Newton. This complete to Jones. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Slam. Jumper. Tighten up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Newton. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Trent Murphy and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain set.
Drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Looked to me like the adopter of my kindergarten teacher always said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. David Onyemata able to drop him for a loss of a couple. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. And it's caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. David Johnson, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Caught by Jones. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 4th down, Newton. It's caught. Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Newton throwing again. And this one complete to Reed. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's going to let it fly. And, it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If he'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Collins in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Another try after the first down sack. Newton throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first bout.
And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Levine Toilolo. His 2nd touchdown on the season. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. He's got Burton here. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Partner from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I got to understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible.
57's the mic. Let's set it
fellas. Let's send it.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tampa Bay, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me 3 color. On the zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set and finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank.